making his adjustments, waiting for him to come there. They're going to do a quick chassis adjustment to him as well and send him back out.
The 83 guys got to get their car better on a run right after a pit stop. They lose way too much time the first 10 laps of a run.
Yeah, and that's exactly. The first 5 or 10 laps of the run is where he needs to be moving forward, not just maintaining. But he's not even maintaining in these first 5 or 6 laps or 10 laps. He's fallen a little bit.
Kasey Kahne running inside the top 10 will make his pit stop at lap 121, Ralph.
Kasey Kahne is in as well. They go around to the right side. They're also going to make a chassis adjustment on this car. They do that. Take care of the left side tires as well. Pull him full of fuel and send him back underway.
Kyle Busch, the race leader. He's led 23 laps today. And he will come down pit road here at lap 122. Brother Kurt also on pit road. Carl Edwards and Mark Martin are in. And a penalty for Martin Truex Jr., a missing lug nut as he made his stop. Let's follow the leader, Matt.
And Kyle Busch slides to a stop in his pit box, feeling better after a water bottle. This man Addison's in at the last stop. The car a little too edgy everywhere. Chassis adjustment, Chris.
Well, Carl Edwards has pretty much just been saying all day that the car is really nice. Small adjustments. They're going to make a little wedge adjustment, a little bit of air pressure. Carl Edwards down and away. Matt?
And our poster feels like they need to take a bigger swing at it. Steve Addington, air pressure and a significant chassis adjustment to try to get some tightness in this race car. That was Addington's big concern going in. 2 free.
Kevin Harvick had stayed on the racetrack and had picked up the lead until now. He comes down to make a stop at lap 124. Matt?
And the winner here last August, Kevin Harvick, into his pit box. This time 4 tires. They're going to make a slight track bar adjustment expected on this 29 machine. Don't see it in the window yet. Meanwhile, the 11 of Denny Hamlin, first and second here 1 year ago. Air pressure change and track bar adjustment already completed for Hamlin. His race car way too free on that last run. He's away.
Paul Menard had picked up the race lead, but he too will now give it up to make a green flag pit stop. Lap 124 going on the board as the 27 Menard Chevrolet makes his way down the pit lane. Matt, let's follow him in.
And Paul Menard loves the way his car on exit has great drive off, but he needs it to turn more through the center. Says it's just too slick on the bottom, makes the car too free. Has had to migrate up to the middle to the high line here at MIS. Air pressure change on this 27 and a clean windshield, Ralph.
Oh, the 2 of Brad Keselowski comes sliding into his pit box, smoking the tires. They got to back him up to get the right side up in the air. They're going to make a chassis adjustment on the left side of the car as well. Things not going well on this stop for the 2 car. The jack goes under. Chassis adjustments made. Watching the fuel, tires going on now. Bigger chassis adjustments and away he goes. Wow, that was a wild stop for Brad.
See the damage from earlier in the race when he hit the wall, and here a wild ride on the pit lane.
Yeah, I think he just got in way too quick, man. He was just, I don't know if he didn't see his pit box. And, you know, Wally, I know this is no excuse for any of this, but this is an asphalt pit road and a concrete pit box. And sometimes, man, when you go from one to the other, cars will take off.
When the cycle of green flag stops began, it was Kyle Busch leading. He continues out front. NASCAR.com's ultimate tailgating vehicle is presented in part by Dodge Ram. A 2011 Dodge Ram is pulling the UTV around the country this summer. Log on to NASCAR.com/UTV to see the travel schedule. Enter for a chance to win this ultimate tailgating machine and be a hero at your next tailgate. And time now for an AT&T Fastest Pit Crew update. We take a look at the teams that have spent the least amount of time on pit road today. And you see it here. Ryan Newman so far the best in this category. Greg Biffle, Brian Vickers, and Paul Menard looking good as well. Don't forget to vote who you think will spend the least amount of time on pit road today. All you need to do is pick up your AT&T phone and text the car number to 234-567. Kyle Busch leading this race, 130 laps in. Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, A.J. Allmendinger, Carl Edwards, the top 5. Several green flag pit stops here today, some going not so good. That's Brad Keselowski with issues. Matt Kenseth has had some ups and downs as well.
NASCAR Sprint Cup racing from Michigan International Speedway is brought to you by Toyota. By Sprint, proud sponsor of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. By Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. By Nationwide Insurance. Enter this code at codespotter.com for a chance to win one-of-a-kind NASCAR VIP experiences. And by Coca-Cola Classic. Open a Coke and enjoy the race.
Time now to take an inside look at what's happening now in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, brought to you by Sprint and Evo 4G, America's first 4G phone. Best speed of the day turned in by our race leader, Kyle Busch. How about 213 miles per hour on the gauge? And Greg Biffle dominated early. He's led more laps than anyone. 68 circuits around this 2-mile oval here at the Michigan International Speedway. For more NASCAR stats and live in-car audio, check out NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile and the Evo, only from Sprint at NASCAR at sprint.com/speed.
Edwards takes a spot from A.J. Allmendinger. He was wearing him out there for a while. I think A.J. went, all right, take it. Let me see what you have. You just don't want to spend a whole lot of time racing like that right now because you can lose so much ground.
A little bit of a different motto today for the 99 team. It seems to me when they go to a racetrack and they have the most success, dominate practice, qualify right up front, and they're out there all day long. Today they've been kind of laying in the weeds. Carl didn't blow anybody away in qualifying, but he's consistently gotten that car better, and here he is in the top 5 late in the race.
And you know, David Reagan back there in 17th. I mean, 4 cars inside the top 20, and you know, David's had a little mishap on pit road, had a little mishap in practice the other day, but they were one of the fastest cars, and the original practice here on Friday thought they had a shot at the pole.
We all know how special this place is to Jack Roush. He certainly had one delivered to him nicely yesterday by Carl Edwards. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., a runner-up, making it a 1-2 finish, and as you saw, the Roush guys are good here again today. Don't forget, fans, you can win up to $1 million if you go on to NASCAR.com/TNT Million and enter the $1 Million Fan Challenge. Each week, NASCAR on TNT is on the air. You pick the top 10 drivers in correct finishing order, and you could win up to $1 million. Again, go to NASCAR.com/TNT Million. Kurt Busch on the pole today for the 3rd consecutive race. Right now, the double deuce scored in the 9th position. He's been on a roll lately, so let's eavesdrop a little bit here and hear what he had to say.
I'm so pissed off right now I can't see straight.
You and me both, man. If we could have run a wedge in and get loose itself.
Oh, it's turned on a meltdown on the radio. Oh.
It's always entertaining.
It's always entertaining with Kurt Busch. I don't care. You know, and you know, the funny part is, and it comes across a lot of times as just being a horse's rear end. But he wants to win so flippin' bad. I mean, he just can't control himself sometimes. And you know, a minute ago he said he had one of the worst cars on the racetrack and he's running 3rd at the time. You know what I mean? But in his mind, it's not perfect. And those guys strive. He strives for it to be perfect. You know, it's always, as Wally said, always an adventure with this crowd.
We learned day one with Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch. There is one place you want to finish at a racetrack.
Only one.
And it's out front. Right now, Kyle is there.
Welcome back. 144 laps in here at Michigan. Your leader currently Kyle Busch. He has led 44 laps this afternoon, but I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of Fords that he's looking at right behind him, breathing down his neck. Larry Mack, we talk about fuel strategy so much in this race, but you're not just looking at those Roush Fords, are you?
Well, I'm really not. And yeah, I look right now, we've got 4 Fords in the top 6. And of course, Ford has only won one race out of the last 7. But there's about 4 or 5 drivers